Ballantyne here, and we are now on video 53 and still running the 100 videos as put forward by Vincent Ortega Jr. Right, now we talked a lot about internet marketing in quite a few videos now, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this video or video series is to help my growth and my business. But we've never spoken about internet businesses. I mean, you may be watching this as a freshman and you have no idea about internet businesses whatsoever and what to look for. So what I've done, I've looked up a good site that would give you some pointers. So if you've got a pen and paper, I suggest you have it ready, because there are just literally thousands of businesses out there, and you are going to, if you do not do your homework, run into a trap and be disappointed, lose money, and well, we just don't want you doing that, because multi-level marketing, network marketing is a real business. It's way beyond having a job. It's, as they say, less hours, more money. It really is. So what I've got here is a little list that I've put on the screen, and calling it 10 tips before joining an MLM opportunity. So we'll start with number one. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm not going to go through all of it. So we'll just try and keep to some of the facts. So, number one, have realistic expectations. Nothing's going to happen tomorrow, okay? It takes time to build a good business, and building relationships in this in this business takes time. People join people, want to work together and help each other to aim for the same goals. Okay, and that's to make good money in part-time hours. Okay, so one of the most important things when looking into multi-level marketing, MLM or network marketing business, is to have realistic expectations and know what you are getting yourself into. Don't just buy into dream or hype of tremendous success. Look at the stats, facts and numbers. Frankly, look at yourself and be honest. Is this something you will commit to, take action with and follow through with? I always say that if you're going to look for a business, you can look for a business you can find that you could like, or you could find yourself a business that you may have some kind of passion for. I mean, maybe you like to do some e-commerce because you like designing clothes, so maybe you want to sell clothes because that's your arena, that's where you're happy. Okay, this is something you're going to have to work your way through. Right. Number two, know the differences between pyramid schemes and MLM. Now, there's plenty of information on the internet regarding what a pyramid is, and on YouTube University, as I call it, some very good videos on there. You can look up what a pyramid scheme is and how it works. And it's very simple. As far as a pyramid is concerned, it's an unsustainable business model that involves promising participants payment or services primarily for enrolling other people into the scheme. Basically, all that means is that the man at the top gets all the money, okay, and persons at the bottom, they lose out, which is very much like the job you're in right now, because you only get a small portion of that, and while the big man at the top there gets a lot more money than you. So you actually already know what a pyramid scheme is because you're actually already in it. Okay, 3, know the product. For any business to work long term for you, you have to like the product. Well, that makes sense. If you don't like the product, you're not going to put your heart into it. If you don't put your heart into it, the business is going to fail. If you don't use or enjoy or even like the product, then you'll have no interest in sharing it with others. And, well, that'll be the end of that, wouldn't it? Know the company. Research the company as well. What kind of feedback and reputation does it have online? Are there complaints? If there is, what kind of complaints? I'm not saying to believe everything that is written online, but look for a pattern. Is there a lot of people addressing the same issues? Is it an issue that shows on numerous websites? This could be many things: non-payment of earnings too frequently, things like we're changing merchants, we're having problems with our websites. You will recognize it doesn't actually take long, because you'll start seeing the interruptions in the flow of what's supposed to be a very good company that's built itself and should have all this stuff in place. If it's not, then I would be really, really cautious about taking any further steps of going with that company. So just Google. Google can also bring back some false stories, because people like to make money out of other people's misery. So you have to watch out for that as well. But if you can find something that's been around for about 5 to 10 years, that's okay. But at the same time, startups have been known to become extremely successful, and sometimes, well, we all have, I'm sure, regretted that we didn't join on day one. And one of those would have been like, although it's not a company, but had we all realized what Bitcoin had been all about, we would have a few thousand in the bank by now. Anyway, let's move on. How much will it cost you? Right, well, this is a business, okay, so don't expect anything for free. If you get offered, you can join for free and all this. Absolute rubbish. Okay, there's always a certain amount of money to be put into a business, so you can buy the product and or have your own website, which you've got to pay for, and there's lots of little things like that. But you will have to pay something. Okay, there is no such thing as free on the internet. Excuse me. Right. How much money can you make? How much do you want is normally the answer to that one, okay? It's really, really entirely up to you. And this is where the beauty of the difference between a pyramid and the multi-level marketing is, that the man at the top makes the most money. That's not right in multi-level marketing. The person at the top could be earning $50,000 a month, but somewhere you're in his downline, way down at the bottom somewhere, okay, and you're earning $60,000 a month because you're doing far more than what he is. And that works out completely right across the board. It's entirely how much you would like to make. Put the work in, you get paid for it. Right. Right, understand the numbers and the compensation plan. For you to be able to fill the numbers, you have to understand the numbers and the compensation plan. You'll need to know that, because obviously you want to know how you get paid through bonuses and points, and how your downline, or people in your team, how you get bonuses from that, etc., etc. Some of the compensation plans and payouts are complicated, and they can be. I've looked at some of them, and you had no idea what I was looking at. You get this amount of points in the left leg, and if you your left leg, right leg, and all this kind of binaries and things like that. There is a lot of information on Google on payment structures in companies, and not all companies use the same one. But as long as it's a legal one, you can find it. Some of the things I don't know if I can actually do this here. I've always said that if you join a business, go and make success of the business, and don't worry about the money. It's not a case of how much money you're going to make, because the money is in the business. It's there. You need to concentrate on building that business, okay? Selling the product, okay? Because the money is going to come in. I'm always being asked how much money I want to make. How can I tell anybody how much money you're going to make in the business? I don't know what your worth ethics is going to be. I have no idea. So I find it very sad and very how can I say, a poor start to create a business that could bring you thousands and thousands of dollars a month by asking how much money you're going to make. I mean, that's not what you ask. You should ask, how long has the company been around? What's the product all about, etc., etc., because that's what's important. Okay, the money follows. Okay. Training. Is there training lined up for you to become successful with this business model? I'm not talking about the don't take no for an answer approach, but a training model will help you succeed. All companies have to train you in any business you legitimate business that you join. When I first started my network marketing company, it didn't take long. To do what I had to do, it was quite simple, and it probably took me a couple of weeks. I knew what I was doing, and because it was physical and I was the person doing the work, it was okay. Training came more from being able to communicate with others and teaching them, coaching them, showing them how to do exactly the same thing. That's where the training really comes in, is when you're going to start building your team, your own team. Okay. Right, now, this is a good one. Get your questions answered. Never, ever, whoever brings you into a business, and more than likely you will step into a business that's been you were referred to by a friend or family or somebody in the United States or somebody in Australia. But they should be able to answer questions, should be able to give you answers to your questions before you sort of take any leaps. I think any referral who says, well, go to this and ring this person up and do this and do that, but not really help you, then I would not join that person. Remember that if you do join, then you are going to make money for that person above you. And if they can't help you in many ways in the business, I personally don't think they deserve that. So you can always find somebody else to work with. Okay. The other scenario is that if you need answers to questions and you don't get it from your immediate upline, then go to the next person above that and the next person above that until you get an answer. Okay, do that. You must do that. It also, by doing that, you're starting to use communications and meeting people along the way and who's who and everything else. So you're getting a good picture of the company and its structure and who's been in the longest and who has the most knowledge, etc., etc. So it's a good thing to do. Okay. And finally, do a little research among the family and friends before. Before joining the company you are looking into, call your family and friends and ask if they would be interested in buying from you. This is interesting because, depending on what the product might be, of course, you may have immediate sales. You don't know. Anyway, less pressure because you're not selling anything yet. You will probably get a pretty honest view of what people think about the company if they have any experience with it. Now, there's a lot of good blue chip companies out there, and if you just punch into Google, say the top 10 multi-level marketing companies in the world, and you're going to find there's going to be literally just a million over in that business. Then you know, a million people in the business must kind of mean something. And don't get frightened by the numbers as well as a million people in the business. And like some people think, oh well, it's washed out. Nobody's going to join that. You're forgetting that there's about 3.5 million people out there looking for jobs, looking for money, looking for lifestyle, and you're another one. And don't get concerned about numbers. It can never be washed out. Right, okay, that's the top 10, I think it is. I don't think there's anything else here to worry about. No. No. Excuse me. So, like I said, find something that you can be passionate about, because if you don't have passion and drive behind it, you are not going to be successful. Okay, you're not going to be successful. My first network marketing company, I joined, and I was with it for 10 years. So that says something, okay? Now, that was offline. Online, it's a different kind of story, and I was looking for something different, and I have fallen into a couple of scams. No regrets. I've learnt some lessons, and it gave me some knowledge to work with to watch out for the next ones, so I could see them, and there are plenty of them about. Okay, let's bring up the my video screen. Here we go there. Right, okay guys, I'll see you tomorrow.